Hey guys, it's Kimberlee and welcome back to my channel. I make videos on all things lifestyle on a budget. In today's video, I'm so excited to bring you guys a showdown between these two blenders, the Magic Bullet and the BLENDJET. So if you guys don't know, my channel started by doing vegan deodorant showdowns, and I'm so excited that a couple years later, now I'm moving on to blenders. I'm very passionate about this because I pretty much have a smoothie almost every single day, and I have been with this Magic Bullet for many years now. I recently tried out this BLENDJET and I figured it'd be really good to know, is something this portable, this size, actually much better than the Magic Bullet right here. So I want to break down everything from the size to the portability to the power to the actual blending of the ingredients to the cleaning. So if you've been in the business of shopping around for a blender and you're not really sure which one is going to be worth it, I want to help you figure that out. Both of these blenders are under $50, so we are in the great zone of budget lifestyle, which is what this channel is all about, and I'm excited to dive into it because I've got some strong opinions. So first I want to say the Magic Bullet I have had for many years. I'd say it's been at least 4 years since I've had that, and the previous one that I had, I took it all the way to Korea with me, and like I had had it years before. Like I love this thing. This was what was considered portable back in 2018. I still remember being in Best Buy and buying it. I think it was either $19 or $29 and just being like, I think I'm really gonna like that. I think it's gonna be so useful. And I think that's why I would say I'm very much attached to this. But recently, my mom got influenced by this brand. I'm not sure where she discovered it, but she has like 3 of them. She naturally bought me one in my favorite color, which is orange. And I decided to give it a go. So just right off the bat, I love how sleek it is. It is, in terms of portable and, you know, being able to carry it around, the Magic Bullet is much heavier right away. Very clear to see. The BLENDJET is super light, very easy, very sleek. It's 16 ounces, and again, because I've had this so long, I'm not 100% positive, but I do think that this is 16 ounces as well. Looks kind of like it is, it's just that one is sleeker and longer, and this one is just shorter and fatter. So they both kind of come in 3 different parts. You've got the cup, you've got the blade, and then you've got the base. With the BLENDJET, you have these 3, so you have the top, you have the cup, but it's not really a cup, so I don't want to call it that because you wouldn't be able to drink out of this. And then you have the blade base here. So you have to make sure that the arrows line up. It will not start and it will flash red if this is not lined up. That happened to me among many other things when I used this. And it does have the measurements from the bottom all the way up to 16 ounces, which is very convenient. Obviously the motors are different, and that is going to be a huge factor later on, so I'll just mention it for a little right now. But this one you plug into the wall, and that is how it powers. It does not power without the plug. And with this one, you actually can charge it, and then you can use it for supposedly multiple uses on the go and without a plug. As you can see, there's no plug attached to this. If you're curious how it does charge up, there's a USB-C cord that comes with it, and it goes right in the front here, and that is how it charges up. So when looking at the blades here, the differences, this one is pretty standard looking. The BLENDJET has the jagged edges, which is supposed to be really helpful for breaking down your, you know, solids or just things that are tougher. But I think what the real change is the power level. Obviously with this motor thing right here, you can tell that the power is so much stronger than the BLENDJET, but it is convenient that the BLENDJET has these jagged edges to kind of chop things up. Once you are actually drinking out of this, you are holding the whole thing. Again, that's good for on the go, so you don't have all these separate parts and all that, but you may not want to have a giant cup in your hand, which was kind of something to get used to, whereas this one, you just have the cup. Once you're done, you can literally drink out of this. In terms of design, this thing comes in a trillion colors. I think that's just cute. I think that just fits with the era that we're in now of just personalizing everything. I think that's what the appeal is, to have more than one if you by chance wanted. Now, another thing that's really important is the sound. How loud is it? I'm gonna be honest, the Magic Bullet is very loud. I wonder if my neighbors enjoy when I'm making a smoothie at 6 a.m. I'm not sure that they do. I did notice right away that the BLENDJET is much quieter, which is a major plus. So in terms of adding your ingredients, you do fill these up opposite ways. With the Magic Bullet, I always start off with what's softest, so I went with the bananas. I might add some liquid if I have a protein powder and I don't want it to get stuck. Then I end with the frozen so that it's closest to the blade, and then it mixes with the liquid. For the BLENDJET, I start with liquid first and then I add all my other ingredients. I was a bit heavy-handed because I'm not used to how thin the size is, so just bear with me, but it did end up blending. And then you want to add some liquid for that protein powder once again. The types of things I'm putting in here have to be smaller so it all fits, versus this one where I can kind of get away with being a little bit lazy on how I'm breaking up my fruit. Okay, so let's get into the power sources. So with the Magic Bullet, there's only one level and it's just on. You just push it down, turn it, and there you go, and it's off to high powering. It does not stop on its own. You have to take it off yourself. So if you are making something in the morning and you walk away, you gotta remember to come back, otherwise it will just keep blending, and it also is plugged into the wall. Now with the BLENDJET, there are 3 modes. There is blend, pulse, and lock. The regular one that I've been using is just that I press it and it blends for 20 seconds. I think that I probably do the Magic Bullet for like 30, 45. I don't know, I'm just not really counting. I'm usually just eyeing it and seeing if everything is blended up. So obviously I do more with this one, and I think that's why I felt like I had some trouble with this, where I didn't feel like things were blended too much. I know it also takes getting used to with how much you put in, like liquids versus your other ingredients, but I felt like 20 seconds was sometimes not enough. When I do 2 increments of 20 seconds, I feel like that's when I get the optimal blending that I enjoy, basically. Now let's talk about cleaning. Every time I'm done with my Magic Bullet, I just have these 2 things to wash. I remove it and I'm good to go. It's not connected to the base, which makes it so much easier to wash. This one, at first I was gonna say I was breaking down each piece and washing it, and then I felt weird, you know, using the water near this power source, because even though it says it is water resistant, I was just kind of worried. Upon further research, when I went to the website, it looks to me like they put soap and water in here, close it up, and blend it, and that's how they wash it. I only realized this about 10 minutes ago when I went to the website, so I have been washing it incorrectly, but I still think that I would wash it like that from time to time, because I don't know, just pouring a little soap in here and like blending it, I don't know, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Now let's get into it. So I had some finicky issues with this thing. Every time I went to go use it, which wasn't frequently, I'll say, it was never charged. I got this, I charged it up. I don't know what happened, but the next day when I went to use it, it was dead. So I put all my stuff in here, pressed the button, nothing happened. I looked at it, I tried to make sure that everything was lined up, pressed the button, nothing happened. I was like, what is going on? Is this thing broken? I had to charge it. And another thing is that they say on their website that it charges in under an hour. Like, I kid you not, maybe it's my outlets, but it took well over an hour. Like, it took almost 2 hours of waiting and waiting and waiting for it to go. Now, this is the same outlet that this one uses, and it was completely fine. So I don't know what the deal is. So imagine you wake up in the morning and you're like, oops, it's not charged. But I've got to be on an hour. Like, you're not having a smoothie, or at least I wasn't when that happened. So the days that I ended up wanting to use it were luckily days that I was home in the morning, because otherwise I would have put all that blended stuff in, and then what do? You can't take it out like you could this cup and put that somewhere because it's not connected to the motor. And then here's another thing, finally used it, charged it up, you know, had one use in it. I came back maybe a day or 2 later to use it again, pressed the button first, and guess what? It wasn't charged. So I don't know what it is, but I feel like the charge does not hold. That is the major issue that I have with the BLENDJET that makes me kind of like, you know, this is again coming from someone that has this high powered thing. This has never failed me. It's chopped down, mixed everything. I've got smooth smoothies. Like, I have had no issues with this. This is why it's lasted so long. The only major difference is obviously the weight of it. So the price comparison for these two is a little bit tricky because, like I said, I've had the Magic Bullet for over 4 years. I believe it was in the 19 to 29 range. So I tried to find something that was similar today from that brand, and I believe it is about $30, and it's the Magic Bullet Essentials. I found it on Amazon and it looks to be roughly the same. The BLENDJET is for $49 on their main website. I was able to find this at Bed Bath & Beyond. You guys know I love it. It's a $29 a year membership and you always get 20% off. I did see this on the Bed Bath & Beyond website, so you might be able to get this for 20% off if you have the membership or if you have one of those coupons, but double check because sometimes there's like certain things that you can't get the discount, because if you really were interested in it, like why not get a deal? That's literally what I'm all about, finding a deal basically. But yeah, so $49 costs more. It is smaller and sleeker. The power source is not that strong, but if you're making simple smoothies or like the little packets that they sometimes sell with this, you know, if you're not blending a bunch of fruit together or harder items, maybe it's not that big a deal. If you want something small because you live in a small place, I mean, my kitchen is so tiny, as you guys have seen. This would help alleviate some space, which is great. And then you'd also not have to worry about always having something plugged into the wall. So personally for me, if we get down to the whole showdown, my winner is going to still be the Magic Bullet. It's the Old Faithful. I've seen some similar options for these on Amazon and they're only like $20 to $30. Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to compare that, if you want me to compare the BLENDJET to something that is this size so that it's a little bit more fair to feel like something that's directly equivalent to it. Comment that down below. Let me know which one you want me to try out. I'll link them in the description if you want to just try it on your own and see. So that is my showdown between the Magic Bullet and the BLENDJET. Let's have a discussion down below. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you found a new budget find, and I will see you in the next one.